According to those who work most closely with her, our next woman of impact possesses a special gift for creating safe, nurturing spaces for her students and coworkers. Licensed clinical social worker Julie Gray brings over 3 decades of social work experience with youth and teens, experience that she brings to her work at Enos Garcia and Ranchos Elementary Schools, a role in which Julie strives for her clients to feel valued, heard, and cared for. Born and raised in Chicago, I was too, if you couldn't tell by the way I said Chicago. Julie attended the prestigious Jane Addams School of Social Work at the University of Illinois at Chicago, where she received her master's in social work. Subsequently, her career began with the Cook County Child Welfare Department and later included work with the Teen Obstetrics Program at the University of Illinois Hospital, and then 8 years with the District Attorney's Juvenile Diversion Program, which sought alternates to criminal justice system for at-risk youth. Like so many that have found their way to the Southwest, Julie experienced what she describes as a calling to go west, young woman. Her answer to that call initially brought Julie to Denver, where she practiced social work for more than a decade before eventually making her way here to Taos. Social work is a family affair for Julie. Her mother holds a PhD in social work, and Julie points to volunteer work with her family as a formative childhood experience. She credits the positive influence of her siblings and parents for making her who she is today. Her favorite thing about Taos is seeing the intergenerational impact of her work and that it has made. It is really heartwarming, she says, to see people who have turned their lives around down the line. Julie, we're so glad that you listened to that call and heeded it and came to Taos, and we can't imagine a community here without you. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Julie Gray.
Thank you. So just to correct, my mom doesn't have a degree in social work. She is a gifted artist, so I'm not sure where that came from. However, we do have a really good friend who has a degree, a PhD in social work, and she was very influential in me going into the field. I do want to say, I just have to say something about Chris Baker really quickly, because one day I was in my office with my intern and the phone rang, and he said, I answered, and he said, "This is Chris Baker from the Taos News." And I look at my assistant superintendent and superintendent, and I was thinking, he wants a quote about something controversial that happened in the district, although things had been pretty good. Well, it turns out he was calling to say you are a woman of impact. I am so honored, glad I didn't have to call Valerie or Renetta to say, what do I say? Which is typically nothing. No comment. I didn't write a speech because that's just kind of not who I am. I get up in front of kids every day, and it just happens. Getting up in front of adults, not as much my thing, but it's okay. I am so honored to be a part of this wonderful field of women. Miss Emmy, I have to tell you, when you started speaking, that was about it for me. I just was gonna lose it. I feel really grateful for having many fabulous interns over the years. I'm on my second generation of students, so students who people said they're not gonna amount to anything, their kids are now my kids, so I'm really proud of them. I love working for Taos Municipal Schools, and I feel really proud of the work that I do. I thought I wouldn't really be able to think too much about what I wanted to say, because I'm like, oh, I'm near the end, and I know Sienna's she's gonna be our last person, but I was able to listen, sorry, but I was able to listen to all the beautiful accomplishments of this group of women. I want to thank the Taos News, TCF, the Lohr Foundation, Holy Cross, and UNM for giving us this opportunity. We're away from work today. That felt kind of weird, but my kids will forgive me. I feel very fortunate to have my mother with me, who is not a PhD, but should be. And I know that my wonderful Taos family is watching me, and I just feel so blessed to receive this award. Thank you so much.